Corpbiz.
Hello everyone, this is Yash Saxena. You are watching Corpbiz and we are back with another interesting video in our series of profitable business ideas. The festive season has just begun and in the coming days, all you are going to see everywhere are the lights. Earlier, what you saw were the halogens and old electric incandescent bulbs. But these are now as dead as you are if you are on the second page of Google search results. Most people today use light-emitting diodes, LED lights. Besides, with technological advancement and the expansion of business models, there is an increased demand for LED lights from the commercial, automotive and residential sectors. That's why starting your own LED lighting business is a wise decision. So, let's understand the requirements and other factors necessary to start LED light manufacturing business in India. But why people are shifting to LEDs? LED stands for light emitting diodes and it is a semiconductor that emits visible light when a small electric current passes through it. LED lights are available in variety of sizes and colors. They are classified based on their light emitting efficiency, which is approximately 110 lumens per watt. They use less electricity, have longer operating life and cost slightly more to buy than the conventional electric compact fluorescent lamps, that is CFL. A 100-watt fluorescent tube light, for example, can be easily replaced with a 36-watt LED bulb. That is why both domestically and internationally, LED has replaced CFL tube lights and other bulbs. So, let's start with the manufacturing process. But before starting with the process, let's discuss the raw materials needed and equipments needed for it. Raw materials are LED board and required chips, metallic bulb holders, heat sinks, rectifier with filter circuits, plastic body and reflector glass, connecting wire and soldering flux, packaging material, LED manufacturing equipments are as follows: soldering machine, LCR meter, sealing machine, drilling machine, digital multimeter, packaging machines, continuity tester, oscilloscope, lux meter, etc. As we have discussed the essentials of the manufacturing process, let's discuss the process itself. So it's very simple. Step 1 is making of wafers of semiconductors. The primary semiconductor wafer is made from composite materials like gallium arsenide, gallium phosphide, etc. It depends on the LED color to be produced. A high temperature and pressure chamber to develop the semiconductor crystal is required, where the materials are mixed with elements like phosphorus, gallium, arsenic, etc. The chamber is used to liquefy, fuse and press the materials together and then turn them into a solution. A boron oxide layer is used to cover the materials to prevent their escape from the chamber and seal them in. The entire process is called liquid encapsulation method. A rod is then dipped into the hot crystalline solution and slowly extricated from the chamber as the liquid cools to leave behind a cylindrical product. The ingot is then sliced into several semiconductor wafers of approximately 10 mm thickness. The wafers are polished with more semiconductor layer applied to the surface after sanding until a smooth surface is obtained. Always look if the LED crystals and wafers are being built up or not as the polishing process, and crystals variability can degrade the functioning of the wafer crystal. Next, clean the wafers using a solvent and ultrasonic to remove the flux, dirt or impurities from the polished wafer surface. This is critical to good quality light. Step 2 is adding the epitaxial layers. The wafer surface is built up with the addition of layers of semiconductors, dopants, etc. using the LPE or liquid phase epitaxy method. With this technique, the layer of semiconductors are biased using crystalline orientation during the deposit process of the molten GaAsP. The wafer is kept on graphite slide and pushed through the molten liquid container several times. Multiple electronic density layers are made using different dopant in a sequence of melts or single melt to create a wafer of LPE material of sufficient thickness. The wafer is then placed in a furnace tube with the high temperature. To diffuse the dopants like nitrogen, zinc or ammonium into the air, nitrogen is used to produce a green or yellow color. The third step is adding the contacts. The wafer has the metal contact defined on it and the pattern of contact depends on the combination of diodes. The contact patterns are cloned in a light sensitive compound called photoresist spread over the wafer's surface as it is spinning. A quick heat at the 100 degrees Celsius is required to harden the photoresist. Next, place the photoresist mask on the wafer for cloning the mask while exposing the layer of resistance under the ultraviolet ray. Wash the exposed areas with the developer. The metal contact is then filled onto the exposed wafer area through the evaporation in chamber with high vacuum sealed temperatures. The vaporizing metals get deposited on the exposed wafer and acetone is used to clean up. An amalgamating process follows to ensure a robust connection within a furnace chamber with nitrogen and hydrogen. The process is repeated 6,000 times to get a 2-inch semiconductor wafer. To cut the wafer of diodes, you may use a diamond saw or a cleaving saw. Step 4 is packaging and mounting. All dies are packaged and mounted and have two metals 2-inch leads if the diode is to be used in an indicator light or jewelry. The wafer back forms the electrical lead contact while the second lead has the tiny gold fastener lead with its surface of patterned contacts that are either wire bonded or on the diode surface. The entire wafer, so assembled, is placed in an airtight plastic sheet with optical requirements as specified for the package. The die is then filled with the liquid plastic or epoxy material after checking the trueness of all optical parameters using a connector or end lens as required. To start this business, you will be needing a few licenses and registrations. Any entrepreneur starting a business needs good knowledge about the licenses and regulations required to start LED manufacturing unit. The essential ones for the LED manufacturing business are as company registration, GST registration, municipal authority trade license, Pollution Control Board NOC, MSME Udyog Aadhaar registration, certification from the Bureau of Energy and Efficiency, and the certification from the BIS. And if you want to grow your business more and expand it to the world, then you will be needing an import exporter code, that is IEC. To get these licenses, you can contact to the experts on the given numbers. So, this was all about the topic, and for more such content, keep watching Corpbiz. This is Yash Saxena signing off.